Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's time to start decorating the two journals we have started. So it's a bit of time for embroidery today. I have been out in the trailer a couple of days again and done things like this. It's easier when you're out in the trailer not to do some bigger things. So I have done some painting and some of these. I did a watercolor flower first and let it dry, and I put it on one of my small textiles that I have watercolor painted like this. This was the other one on the paper. And I used up some old book pages. This was the one of Picasso, and a stitch on. And this one got a flower in with the black edge. Little piece of mark making and sewing. And this one, this is textile, the leaves, and I have glued and sewn them and done some embroidery on the flowers too. So I kind of did things like that. Nothing big, but still want to do some craft while I relax in the forest. Okay, I had promised you I would show you some more of my hammered textile pieces and how I prepare them. And this is one way to use them and make pockets and decoration pieces. Kind of a bit smaller one. Just going to put my needle in so I know where I have it. That, and put that away so I don't put it in my finger later on. Love this one. It was a flower, but I think it became a butterfly when I have stitched it and done some French knots on it. That's a bit fun. You think you make one thing and then becomes something else. This one I did some painting on old book page and sew on a piece of eco dyed paper, and these with the different dots and sewn on another piece. And this one is just glued. I haven't started stitch on it yet. And then I don't know if you have seen all my pieces from the last trailer session. I did all these with small pieces of wood on them, and those will also be used in these journals. At least some of them, maybe not all of them. These are pieces of bark that is sewn on. So on and on with different pieces of wood and some stitching on different papers. So let's put all of these aside. I need to move them over here somewhere. So we did this one the last time we worked with the journals. I put in the pages so we can start decorate those, and I put in these papers in the middle of the signatures, so we know that it's sturdy and nice. So now we can take out the pens that I put in so it wouldn't glue together. And the same with this one. Did put in one signature. So let's take our pieces of flowers. These are just pieces that was left over. So I will show you a little recording where I painted these when they were done. So they get some more color. I used white textile when I punched them or hammered them, and then now I have added some coffee and some more color. And these blue ones, when they got wet, the flower marking was running together with the water, so it didn't get these marks. But most of them, like this one, you still have the flower prints on it. But that doesn't do me so much when the flowers is kind of a bit blurry. I'm going to use the pen on some of them and leave some. Love these. This is actually a grass, and sometimes they are green, sometimes they are red. So I just took a red one and punched it, and it turned out beautiful. And then I did these background paintings with the other colors to kind of hold the whole piece of textile painted with some color. I love this one with the blue and the brown. Some leaves. And I added green and brown watercolor. And this is the fern. Also nice. So you can see that the blue flowers has been running out a bit. So I don't know why just the blue color did it. The other colors was okay, but the blue was a bit rinny when I put on water. So let's see, what should we... Let's start with these two. See if I can get these into this journal. A little bit big, but that's okay, that works. And this one also a little bit too wide, but we can take that off. Can just do like this. And then these are fun to decorate. And sometimes I print on them, sometimes I sew on other things, and sometimes I do some handwriting. So let's start with some stamping today. That's easy and everyone can do it. So I'm thinking something botanical maybe. I have this botanical text. That we can use. Try to put it straight. And I'm using black. You can of course use whatever color you like. And then I think I want it on this side. Like that. Now it's starting to look more like a picture in a botanical book. We can get maybe a date, or I think I have one that is number 5 on this one. I'm looking for a special one with 1890. There we go. Can at least try to put it straight. I'm using Stays On, so this is waterproof ink. That. And maybe something more. Just a number maybe. In another style. That one. And number 5. Which way is it? So I don't put it upside down. That. Put it down here like a autograph. And then we have this little number. So it's so fun, you can do so much with these, and then you can put them on paper, you can sew on them. You can fussy cut the flowers. Just try to put these back where I can see them, so they don't disappear on my messy table. And then of course you can just do some scribbling. Let's see if I have, let's see if my gold pen is working. Not so good, that doesn't see that. I'm going to get my black one. I write along the stem. I think that's fun. And then if you want to, you can add just some pieces of from your pen to just mark it a bit more, make the stems more clear. But that's up to you, what you think. This one was kind of cute anyway. Something like that, to make them a bit more like a botanical book page. So let's take another one. So let's see if we can add something fun. I save these when they are too big and I rip it off. You can use them for something else. Take a number from this. It's a bit smaller, so you can get I think I wanted that number. Do not cut, that could be fun. They are so soft, so it's easy to put them on. I'm almost put it upside down. And then the number. I need to think today. So maybe try it. Like that. Almost flawless. So let's put this on somewhere. I think I want it on the side. And actually maybe with some kind of paper under it. Should we go white or brown? I like the brown better. And now when I'm going to rip, I had a question how I do when I rip my edges so they became like this, a little bit edged, curvy, wavy, but they are still kind of straight enough to go into the journal. And I actually use my ruler, but I'm not using it like we do often, just do like this. Instead I just have it as secure it so it won't go too far in, and then I'm just doing like this, a bit wavy when I pull it. So it's not straight, but it's still enough for being nice to work with. So I need to take it a little bit narrower. And if it's difficult, and then you might do like this. You can take a tool or take pieces of, so it don't look so neat. And then I'm doing the same, I'm just pulling aside so it don't get totally straight. Something like that. And then a bit of distressing on the edge, I think. just to get some differences on the color and the edges. That will work. I also got a question if these flowers is waterproof, and of course they are not waterproof, and you saw that when I painted the color on top of them. So it's not for clothing or cushions or something like that, because you need to wash those. But for journals it's totally okay. It won't rub off when it has dried, so as long as you don't wet them again, it's staying in place. And I'm just scribbling a little bit to make it looks like it's a name, maybe. And then I think we go for one more number. Take a date. A year, maybe it's the right thing to call it. $1898. Side. Putting a piece of lace up in the corner as a little decoration. And then I have a piece of silk. It a bit too hard, I think. They are double or in layers, these pieces of silk, so they will separate when you pull them. That, and then I think maybe a piece. This is just textile that I have watercolor painted with green dots. Like so. I'm going to go and sew these, and then I will come back and continue, and we will put them into the journal. So these got sewn, and this one, and then my camera broke and didn't record the next 40 minutes. So I did some embroidery on these ones and glued them in. So sorry about that, but at least you made me see me do them. I also did this one on camera. That will be a side pocket, so you can put something in it. But as you didn't get any recording of my collaging of the pages, I will do another one so you can see how I get them together. So let's do another one. Kind of keeping to neutral and blue, so we don't do too much color. So which one should we pick? This one maybe could work. So I'm going to take a paper and kind of do a measurement, how wide I want it. Something like that. Then it's easier to make it and see where we get. So let's pick out our, take that one, that's a bit neutral. See if we can make a little collage with something fun. Let's take another of my old papers. I ripped them so that it looks a bit more realistic with old papers than if they are cut. This is a copy of one of my original papers from 1816. So this is from my personal stash. take a part of this. And start with that, glue it down. It's so typical when I have been using my phone and camera a lot and then I forget to restart it. Then the camera often stops recording. And I never learn, so that's typical me. But at least you get to see more things done. And I get another page done already. That's okay. It's so fun, so I can sit here all night and play. And a piece of textile. And then I'm thinking that we need some more pattern. And these are just watercolor and some white blobs of gouache. So I just played with this during the weekend, so it's nothing fancy. Just my scribbling and splashing on color. Can just do like this and glue that down to give it some extra strength. Taking a piece of my painted textile. And putting that down on the side. I like this feeling of texture, paper and textile. And then I think we need some stitching. And then I'm going to put another piece of paper just to protect this. That. That's nice. Put some more background on it. Put a little bit of textile down here just because it's fun. So I think we do this as a top pocket, so we will put things in from the top. And then I will put this as a little tab up here, going with the other one. It's cute when this peek out there. Maybe a little bit more inside. Don't want it to peek out too much. There we go, that's better. Going for a little bit more of spontaneous stitching. That. And then we need to glue this a little bit more on the edge. And then I want to have another piece that will secure it on the other side. this one. Also a bit too short. Too pink. There we go. So, what do we think? Is this okay? I guess it can be fun if we put in another piece for a tag later on. And then we have this tab, and we can do something fun on the back later on. So, 1, 2, 3, and 4 pages done today. That's not bad. So let's try again and say thank you so much for keeping me company. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. And thank you for all the congratulations I got on my birthday. And especially thank you to Tina. I loved the happy mail you sent me for my birthday with all the old papers. I will for sure use them in my journals and think about you. So I hope this gave you some inspiration to go and play. So go find your stuff and start making a beautiful journal. Thank you so much and see you soon again. Bye bye from Sweden.